Hey, my name is Scotty, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to sketch these three beautiful doors using my easy to follow sketching technique. So put two dots on the bottom of your page. So I put one here. I'm going to put the width of the door at just over 1 inch. Measure the width of the bottom of your door and then turn and place a dot here. Let's double that distance up and put a second dot here. We can look at this distance between these two dots here and mark about 1/3, and that distance was how much it can go up. The other one is equal height but in line with this one. Now let's outline that whole door, but there's these roses that hang over the door. Let's add just a bit of a break in the line there where you think the roses could go, leaving a break. And I'm using wobbly lines. I'm holding my pen loosely, going to have a real fun go at it. There, see I'm making these random, and with the watercolor we can actually add in some more roses if we miss some of them. Leaf shapes. There's a bit of a different plant there. The cement goes between these stones. Some lines are shorter, some lines are longer, like that. Then the amount. See how loose I'm trying to make those lines? The frame would go around here, and handle, door handle, and a little lock there, a mail slot. Then it has two curls. Border the handle there. Okay, so it shows 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's see if I can squeeze one in there. Yep. So I move on to this pink door, the farm cottage door. I think it's a door in London. Now it'd be easier then to get the width and come across. Looking door. So I'm going to roughly put that there, and then up, and put another dot there. And of course then this should be across there. So now that's right. Horizontally and in line with this one. And down. The planter box, the height of the planter box starts about 1/3 of the way from this dot down. I'll just see that distance between the edge and the dot, and then come out a similar distance there, maybe just slightly wider. Well, it comes down a little bit past the door frame there, so about here, and come across and in line with that dot. And add some impressionistic flowers, the beautiful purple flowers there. So we have those dots already. A little bit just on the corner here of angle, just down a little bit from the edge of the door for those very pale pink tiles. And then the edge to that. Now let's do the corners up here. Now they're roughly in the middle of these planter boxes. So if you go up the middle, add a bit of an angle here and put another one, join those two dots up towards the middle of that planter box. Interesting line work. So let's get that high and do it there. From this distance, same distance there, just a little bit to the right. And then come across and put an angle, so that should be about 45 degrees. And then right in the middle of the door, put a dot here. Those two, pinnacle up to the point at the top, steps around these shapes there. In line with the edge of your building and the top of the door, put a dot there. It's a little bit higher than halfway. Let's do those. Just rough, and whatever you do, just make sure they're the same on each side. A few very light lines, so I'm holding my pen slightly lighter than I was before. We come across the same height. Mail slot here. I'm going to add in the slot now. 2 dots there, and 2 on this side. 3 more lines here. Draw a line in the middle, starting at the top, adding some of that detail all the way across, and bring it in with a little point in the middle. It's a bit small. Add a double line here, and also a line here. Little grooves. Lock here, and something else here. On this, the lanterns, we have these rectangles, and also these tiles. Let's do those before we get into the final detail. Above the mat we have some more lines. So I'm going to change the design slightly. There's too many lines that are close to each other. It might just overcomplicate that section. Get the same width of the door that we've already done and move it over to here. We measured that, dot here, and then we'll get that height and measure it there. This door is actually designed to be a bit taller, and so instead of 1/3 of that space, it's half. So I'm going to put a little mini dot there. That distance goes up to here. So put our fingers there. So we have the top connecting all the way. Well, it looks like about half the door there to meet those points. Now the white frame around the door has a corner dot here and here, a quarter of this width. So I put a dot in the middle, and then I break between those 2 points up, a dot there. So that distance there, we're going up. I'm just visually comparing. Go down and put a dot at the bottom too. But everybody's here will be a little bit different. It's a thin rectangle. I'm just trying to make all of the lines the same angle. And that's going to be a line where the top of this white stone comes there. And then let's add, at that point, that bit of plaster work. You don't have to count how many, roughly the same width. But I'm just going to add 2 lines. So you can make one longer, one shorter. Now, at the top, we'll put a shape for the top section. Looks like an hourglass, squashed hourglass. Flicks through here at an angle. And a straight on the bottom. So this one has the least detail around, but the most detail on the door. Flares out to the side, shape like jewels on a crown. Another slot there for the post details, little circles here, roughly symmetrical. So I'm in one line, I'm just going around these, just the impression of it. Bigger shapes that go around, and then out to the corners, and we'll do one in each corner. And then your number 46. Okay, we finished all the line work for these 3 doors. Now let's get on to doing some watercolor. So I have my round 10 brush here, and I'm using sap green, random through here. Better look at the reference every now and again. You can actually use lemon yellow, brighten that up. So we've got Viridian green now, and just at the bottom we can add some darker strokes and around the flowers here. So you've got the Viridian green already, and then add in turquoise. You know, once again, we're not matching the reference completely here. Just go around your line work. Okay, you just got to avoid this letter slot, following my lines completely. So add water into your teal mix. We're going into these squares, leaving white, a little bit of white around the outside of them. And we can use our white pen to draw some of those squiggly lines in there in the detail. So the pink door will be permanent rose. Leave a bit of a white border, and it's a little bit lighter, and then we add a bit more. And then like a checker pattern, every second one. Impressionistically, just a stroke up there, stroke here. Move back to the original one now, and I'm going to use yellow ochre for the stonework. Just inside those lines that we did before, letter slot here. Other lanterns, the dark grey section. So I've got Payne's grey, and do this top trim here. Number here at the top. You can leave some of the white. A bit more water off my brush. The trim. Notice any wet paint, try not to touch it. The door handle. Ultramarine, which we'll be using later for our shadows. Got a stroke just down there like that. The Doxidine purple, I'll put it in here, add it to the tops of these flowers. Now that that's dry again, we can add another layer of detail. So I'm going to use that rose that we had before, and we're going to add the flowers on the cottage door. So I'll probably make them a little bit more pink than they are, so you can see them. I wonder if you go out that door if there would be some thorns, just to hopefully make these panels, well, add some interest really. Hinting at the stairs of the stonework. There, some more water. And now that the lanterns are dry, we'll use Payne's grey and add some dark around those. Now the shadows, so I'm using ultramarine. And if we were to use something closer to the light purple that I sometimes use, it might clash, especially with this one. So I'm going to try something different today by having ultramarine and permanent rose. So I'm not even using purple lake and impressionistic here, just a few little swipes here. So I'm going around the flowers, not on top of the flowers. Medium strokes through here. See shadows across here. Dappled sunlight, oh it's so good. underneath that top leaf. You can go up and down on these sections, right across. The pot plant has a shadow, even in these grooves. And then like this door here, we're adding a shadow all the way down. Bring it out a bit more, and then underneath, just on the bottom edge. In the final stage, I add a few darker spots, saturated spots on these colors. More saturated dots just inside those roses. So I'm going to add just a more saturated swipe like that, darker here. And now we can get out our Uniball Signo pen. I'm going to have highlights on the edge here, and we'll go around some leaves that might be reflecting some light around there. So to emphasize that, just on the edges there, little dots. There's an edge probably here. If you have time, you could add the actual shapes that are there. So that's how I sketched these 3 beautiful doors using ink and watercolor. Hope you enjoyed the process. If you want to see the full version without all the cuts, it's a lot longer. You can follow step by step more easily, and I've got the references there you can download and look at more clearly, and the templates as well. When you're finished, you can take a photo of your sketch and put it onto the community chat where I can take a look and everybody else can be encouraged. A really nice, warm and friendly community there, and you can ask me any question you like. But otherwise, there's another tutorial right here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.